Hello, everyone. So, I am normally a planner. I like to plan things way out. But this morning I woke up and I felt like, you know what? I'm going to be spending at least an hour boxing up all of the Christmas Deluxe boxes that have been pre ordered with my new book, Death of a Christmas Tree Salesman. So I thought, you know what? Why don't I go ahead and go live? And if any of you pop on, feel free to say something in the comments, say hi. But otherwise, I'm just here. I'm just going to be boxing, and I thought it would be fun to show you. I know a lot of people do unboxing videos, right? Unboxing their new book. In fact, I did an unboxing video when I got my first copy of Death of a Christmas Tree Salesman, which let me just say, it has been a road getting that book to appear in a good copy. So that is why today, on November 29th, I am finally boxing up the second half of the deluxe orders that were placed even before the release of the book. So, Death of a Christmas Tree Salesman came out on November 13th. I had ordered a box. I'd gotten my pre-order, and I checked my arc, and it looked the back was a little bit off, and so I had to reorder another arc. And this was our first time doing hardbacks, and so I really wanted to make sure that it looked really good, because a hardback book should be quality. And so I had to place lots of orders. I placed a second order in order to make sure that it was good quality, and then I ended up with a great copy. It looks fantastic. So once I got that in my hand, then I was like, okay, now I can order my big box of books. Well, I didn't get a chance to do an unboxing video of that with you guys, which I'm sad about because it was really cool getting to open this book and see it. But it was not properly packaged. It was very poorly packed. There were books inside of books. So they arrived, like I have other copies here. And yes, I'm on the ground today because that's the best shot of our Christmas decorations. So I thought it would be a good way to just show you guys, the whole setup. And then that's where my boxes ended up. So then I can fill them down here. So, but they were shipped like that. Like I'm not even gonna really do it, but it was shipped inside of each other. So I ended up with, ones with like popped spines and just damage on the side of it. And this one, yeah, this is one that was popped. So you can see how it's just kind of, it's not good enough. But shout out to Ingram Spark. I think that their quality is amazing. In the end, they have given me a very nice quality book. It is fantastic hardback. It is excellent condition. The matte setting, the cream pages, it looks fantastic, right? What I love about Ingram Spark is their return policy. So as a self-published author, I don't have the ability like traditional publishing houses to order thousands of copies. And then if half of them are bad, it's okay. I'll just write it off, right? Or just burn them or whatever, right? I can't do that. It costs me every time I order a book. But to Ingram Spark's credit, they are amazing about if I show them pictures of, look, this is how they arrived. This is not high quality. I cannot charge people full price for these. They immediately respond by replacing my books. So that means a lot to me, Ingram Spark. You are high marks for that. So if you are considering going into self-pub and you're wondering between Amazon and Ingram Spark, I highly recommend Ingram Spark. We have been very, very pleased with how they have just really stepped it up and delivered really, really awesome copies. So I'm just looking at these and going, yeah. So I'd grab these because like this one's a little bit dirty on the outside. So needless to say, these are set aside because these ones they look fine on the screen, right? They're great for taking pictures. I take them outside. We go hiking. I can take pictures of my book while we're out there hiking, or I'll take pictures. You've seen probably I do a lot of pictures in front of our beautiful gate out back. If I try to balance this book there and it falls, so like I have a very damaged copy of Deed of Dreadful Note somewhere that it fell off as I was taking pictures. And so it's very damaged. But you know what? It still looks fine on this part, right? It's just a little bit damaged on the back. So, so we use those for sample copies. And I've thought about maybe making some art crafts, with cutting the pages out and doing different things, which I know people have different opinions on art crafts like that. But anyway, so this is why I normally pre-record my videos and then edit them, because then I can cut out all of my rambling moments. So here, you're going to catch Patricia Meredith rambling. So I should probably start by introducing myself in case this is the first video that you've caught of me. My name is Patricia Meredith, and I am an author of historical mystery and cozy mystery. So I have 3 books in the Spokane Clock Tower Mysteries, which is right up there. And then I have Deed of Dreadful Note, which is the first in the Anna Catherine Green Mysteries. I should probably show those. All right, so Spokane Clock Tower Mysteries, 1, 2, 3. Start with Butcher Baker. They need to be read in order, but this is the end of the first arc, so you can definitely dive in right now. This is a historical mystery set in 1901. And then this is A Deed of Dreadful Note, the one I just released in May. This is not the copy that fell. No, this is a nicer copy. It features Anna Catherine Green, the mother of detective fiction, and it is the first historical fiction ever written about Anna Catherine Green. She's a forgotten female. If you want to learn more about her, watch my other videos because I have a lot about her. She's fantastic. And then I just released Death of a Christmas Tree Salesman. So this is my newest release. This is a fantastical cozy mystery starring the wonderful, the marvelous Sam Shovel, who does exist. So if you've seen my ad, which I'll run here in a second, so you can see the book preview. This is Sam. He was made by my daughter, who is 8. He's a claymation, or he's made out of clay. And then we made a claymation promo of him for my book preview. He does exist. So he is saved forever. So, and maybe for future book promos. So Sam Shovel is a talking snowman who comes to life once a year at the North Pole to solve the mystery this year. He has 12 days to live, 12 days of Christmas. And he has to solve the murder of Mr. O. Tannenbaum, the leading Christmas tree salesman and of the North Pole. And he has to work with Nick and Nora Claus to solve the mystery. Lots of Santas in this, lots of Rudolph and Christmas carols. And I like to say there's enough Christmas references to choke a reindeer. So if you like Christmas, you're going to love this book. In fact, I challenge you to catch all of the references and lines from Christmas carols and Christmas movies and Nick and Nora films and Sam Spade and all of those. So it is full of references. It is full of fun. So if you're looking for a quick, easy, fun mystery read, it is cozy with a dash of murder. So in fact, let's see. So Jess Brady, a Bookstagram reviewer, said Patricia Meredith's recipe for a perfect Christmas mystery, magic with a dash of murder. I love that. And then Kathy Buckmaster, a friend of mine, said, I see Sam Shovel right up there with Frosty and Rudolph. He'll go down in history. So I just loved those quotes. That's why they ended up in my book. So let's see. So a quick tour of the book. So if you order the book, so the book is available in print, ebook, and audiobook. The audiobook is narrated by my handsome, talented, wonderful husband, who is currently upstairs working on Tori Tekken's book. So you should go check out her book. Just released yesterday. Congratulations, Tori. And this is available in audiobook, read by Andrew. So he did voices, and it was really fun because the whole thing is told from the perspective of Sam Shovel, who is like Sam Spade. So he did like a Sam Spade voice for most of it. And then he does different voices for all the different characters. And there are a slew of quirky characters. If you like crazy characters who are just fun and dynamic and yet relatable, you're going to love my books. All of my books have characters like that, including the historical fiction, Anna Catherine Green, because, well, like she said, truth is stranger than fiction. And there are some real characters in her life that really did exist. So, but back to Sam. Here, let me read you the opening. So when you get the book, you'll see it is So we have all of our opening stuff, right? My dedication to my children. It's a Christmas book, my first Christmas book, and I'm so excited for them to read it. So, and then I also said it was in celebration of Clement Clark Moore, who wrote "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," or an account of Saint Nicholas, which was published for Christmas in 1823. So this year is the 200th anniversary. Did you know that? The 200th anniversary of the release of "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," the most famous poem that launched Santa Claus into stardom. I mean, it really, that's what kicked him off into becoming more than just a Catholic saint. So, yeah. So I put that in there because it was really important to me. I really wanted to get a Christmas book released for the 200th anniversary. So, and my kids and I have something very special planned that we'll be releasing later, closer to Christmas, in celebration of that. So then when you open it up, you'll find a list of North Pole characters and featured Santas, so the dramatis personae. A lot of books don't include that anymore, and I really wanted to do this for this one in particular because the characters are so all over the place. So, and this way you can kind of get a taste for what you're in for. If you read this before you start reading the book, you'll get a taste. It's really fun. I also wanted to make sure that I really pointed out which Santas were featured in this book. I did not include all of them. There are so many. There are over 50 cultures that I could find that include Santa Claus as part of their Christmas celebrations. So the myth, the man, the legend has been around for a while, and he exists all over the world in different forms. And so what I thought would be fun was if the North Pole Santa, the Nick and Nora Claus, so they are the heads of the Santa network, which is the Santa franchises all over the world. So the Santas are all set up as a franchise system. So that's why you've got Baba Noel, who is the Egyptian Santa, and Babbo Natale, which is the Italian Santa, and Zed Moros, which is the Russian Santa. And he always travels around. He's grandfather to Snegurka, and so Snegurka is also in this. And Der Weihnachtsmann, the German Santa, Father Christmas, the British Santa, Papai Noel, Brazilian, Père Noel, the French Santa, Shengdan Loren, the Chinese Santa, and Sinterklaas, the Dutch Santa. So those are the ones that are featured in this particular one. And I had so much fun looking up the world traditions of Santa Claus. So it was just so much fun doing the research for this book. It was one of those, I was like, I'm going to write a fantasy and then I don't have to do research. And then I ended up doing research anyway, because at my heart, that's who I am, as a research nut. So then you've got each chapter has a different Christmas tree at the top, and usually they have something to do with what happens later in the chapter. So, and I had a lot of fun coming up with the chapter titles as well. There are so many Christmas puns in this book, you guys. It's so much fun. So like chapter 2 is Candy Canes and Silver Lanes, right? Which is a nod to Silver Bells. And the very first one is called Visions of Sugar Plums, which is a reference to "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." So I'm just going to read you the prologue real quick. So here is how it begins. And I have so many people who tell me that they pick up a book based off of the first line. The first line has to catch them. In fact, I just had somebody tell me this at a book fair that we were just at. And she opened this book, read this first line, and said, "Yep, I'm buying this book. I'm going to love it." So I really appreciated that. So let me know. Does this first line make you want to pick up this book? I was dead to begin with. It's not a big deal. It's a snowman's life, a short one, but a full one. You see, we have exactly 12 days to live each year. Every year, I get to come to life, and I'm lucky enough to come to life at the North Pole at Christmas time. So here I was, standing just like I had the previous year, my fedora nestled upon my head, my pipe in my mouth, listening to the old familiar carols play. I couldn't remember precise details from my past lives, seeing as a snowman's memory is mostly made up of water, which sloshes about quite a bit, even when frozen. But you see, I've got a secret. Inside my old fedora, I've started leaving myself notes, little ones, tracking the years. Turns out, this isn't the first time I've come to life, just in time to solve a mystery. It's a great introduction to who he is, and I hope it pulls you into the story. following Sam's travels and helping him solve the mystery is so much fun. The people he meets along the way are all over the place, and it was just a blast writing this book. So then in the very back I included some recipes. So along the way Sam runs into the Noels, Baba Noel and no, who is it? Baba Noel, the Egyptian Santa, and Père Noel, the French Santa, and they are working together to cook. Baba Noel is teaching the recipe for Egyptian kich, which is an Egyptian tradition to make every year for Christmas, and it's a cookie with like pistachios and flour pistachios and honey. So it's almost reminiscent of I'm blanking on the word, baklava, right? It's kind of like that, kind of the flavor wise. So cinnamon, honey, pistachios, right? It's wonderful. And if you're interested in following me making these recipes, I will be posting, I'll be going live. Actually, I've decided to do it live because here's the thing. You're probably watching this on the replay. I don't know how many people are going to catch this live because it's middle of the day on a Wednesday. But I've decided this Christmas, I don't have time to pre-record and then edit videos later. So instead, I'll be doing everything live this Christmas. And so if you're able to catch it live, fantastic. If you're not, you can always watch it on the replay. And I hope that you will and learn more about the writing of this book and all the things that are going into it. It's been so much fun. So I will be releasing cooking videos. So every Christmas so far for the last 3 years, I have released 3 cooking videos. And the last 2 I did were cooking out of 19th century cookbooks. The last 2 years, I did recipes out of those because my books are all historical fiction set in the 19th century. Well, 1901, and then 1872 is the newest one. But for this one, I thought I would share the recipes that are in the back of the book. And then the very first one that I'll be doing, though, I'll be joined by Andrew's Wizardly Reads and Kay's Hidden Shelf, 2 fellow wonderful booktubers who read my book and loved it. And we're going to be cooking together and sharing our family recipes for sugar cookies. So we'll be doing a live bake along, and that'll be on Sunday, December 3rd. So that's coming up. In fact, that's this Sunday. And that'll be at 1 o'clock Mountain Time, so 3 o'clock Eastern Time. So I hope you can join us live. And if not, you can check it out later and hear about our Christmas traditions. We're just going to talk about the book and Christmas traditions and bake some sugar cookies. So you can bake along with us or yeah. So I'll be posting the recipes on my blog, which is at patricia-meredith.com. And you can subscribe to the newsletter there. You get a free copy of the Leavenworth Case, which is the book that Anna Catherine Green is writing in this book. So that's my giveaway right now. But if you go there, you can find lots more articles and information about the history in my books and things like that. So and then you'll be notified whenever I post new blogs. But you should also subscribe to my YouTube channel here. If you prefer YouTube, I would subscribe here. So that way you'll be the first to know when I go do live. So when I do this or when I do the bake-alongs and things like that. So yeah, looking forward to doing that. So back to the recipe. So we've got Baba Noel's Egyptian kach. And then, so that will be the second thing I'll be baking this year. So sugar cookies the first time, that's this Sunday. And then the second thing will be the kach. And then I'll be making Mary's gingerbread cookies. And so Mary as in Merry Christmas. So Merry is the gingerbread man in my book. And so he runs the gingerbread factory. And so the gingerbread cookies that are included in this book are a recipe that I've used for years that I absolutely love. They're fantastic. I prefer chewy gingerbread cookies that you actually enjoy eating, instead of gingerbread cookies that are hard as a rock that can only be used to build things. So if you are looking for a recipe to build something out of gingerbread, you're not going to want this recipe. But if you want to be able to eat it and actually enjoy it, then yeah, then you'll love those recipes. So yeah, so that'll be the third recipe I'll be sharing. Or you can pick up and and also pick up a copy of the book. Those recipes will be in the back. So, like I said, it's available as audiobook in wherever audiobooks are sold, on Audible, on Libro.fm, so you can support your favorite local independent bookstore. It's all over the place. And then it's also available in ebook. Again, everywhere books are sold. It is currently $2.99. So go out there and pick up a copy. That's really cheap for an ebook. So you can pick up a copy and start reading today. In fact, I know a lot of people who do immersion reading. Kay is known for this. Kay on Kay's Hidden Shelf. You should go check out all of her videos about immersion reading. So she gets the ebook and then she does the audiobook or print book. And then she does the audiobook. And while she's listening, she's also reading. And so she just, that way she's fully immersed in the moment, in the reading of it. So I think that's such a great idea. And let's be honest, it really supports us independent authors who are trying to make a living at this. So, and if you would like to pick up a print copy, it is available everywhere. You can, request it through your local independent bookstore and have them get a copy in. But if you would like a signed copy, you can order it straight from me, again, at patricia-meredith.com. Let me see if I have a banner for that. If I don't, well, I have this one. We'll do this one. Yeah. So patricia-meredith.com is my website. And if you go there, it has a link to our, to where you can buy our books through a Square website. And so Andrew D. Meredith, my husband, who writes epic fantasy, his books are available there, and then my books are available there. So if you want to pick up a copy of the print book, that is only available in hardback right now, and I don't know if I am going to release it in paperback. I like the idea of having a Christmas, it's a special Christmas book that is only available in a hardback. So we'll see. If I get lots of requests for the paperback, maybe I will, but I really like having them in hardback. It makes them different than my paperbacks, and they're still excellent quality, but I just really like the hardbacks. For Christmas specifically, right? It's nice to hold a nice book, right? All the special, let's see, Christmas books that I had one over here that I'm going to pull out later because it's Louisa May Alcott's birthday today. But it's a treasury of all of her Christmas books and Christmas mentions and stuff. And it's a nice hardback copy. So, it's just nice to have that heft for some reason on Christmas, So anyway, so that's why I've gone with the hardback for that one. So if you would like a signed copy, you can order that through patricia-meredith.com and let me know who I can personalize it to, or if you just want me to write Merry Christmas in there, Happy Holidays, whatever you would prefer. I will write that in the front, or I can just sign it. And and then you can dive right in. So it makes for a fantastic Christmas gift for all of those readers that you know in your life, which hopefully you are friends with readers, because readers are the best. We have the best conversations. So, all right. So, and when you order it direct from me, it comes in a nice black box. Am I out of those? No, here they are. So since I'll be doing other boxing, I can throw one of these together real quick. So it's I'm not sending it to you in a bubble wrap. This is a nice packaged box. It comes in a nice black box like this. Like that. Nice black box. And then when you open it, it'll have it's got tissue paper, and then I've got a gift wrapped version of the book. So I'll sign it, and then I'll wrap it in the gift wrap, and then I've been including Christmas cards too, just as a special thank you. Maybe a few stickers thrown in there too. So order it direct from me, and then you get a nice, really nice edition. And it's signed and one of a kind. And you're supporting the author direct from her home, which is very, very much appreciated. So, okay. So what I wanted to work on though for the next, it's already been half an hour. Sorry guys, definitely rambled, don't I? So I'm going to start boxing up. I have 10 pre-orders. So what I did yesterday, here, move these books out of the way so I don't accidentally put them in a box, right? Because I don't want them getting shipped out to you guys. There. All right, so what I spent yesterday doing was boxing up all the single orders of the books, and then prepping all the boxes, painting the boxes for the deluxe packages. So these are hand painted by me, or by my kids. My kids also helped with the other half of the orders. So like I said, I'm on my second half of orders. So thank you to everybody who pre-ordered a copy, especially in a deluxe box. I really appreciate it. I'm so excited for you guys to open those. I hope a lot of you will post unboxing videos, because I'd love to see your reaction when you open the box, or when the person you got it for. I'm hoping, like, after Christmas Eve, after Christmas Day, I'm going to have a flood of tags. Be sure to tag me at P Meredith Author. Tag me so that I see here, I'm going to do this at P Meredith Author is my... There we go. That's my tag. So be sure to tag me in that. So that way I see it, put it in your stories, post it wherever. And I would love to be able to see what you guys thought as you open the box. So, yeah. So, okay. So back to unboxing or boxing. Now I'm going to box the books, right? Okay. So it comes in a nice hand painted box. So I prepped all of those. So I've got 10 here. 3, 6, 9, 10. So I've got 10 of those. I've got those over here helping me today. That was a purchase from like ages ago. We picked him up, and because my husband Andrew is a huge fan of Gonzo, so we love him. He's so one of a kind. I love him. And of course, he is Dickens in the best version of A Christmas Carol. So leave me comments down below arguing with me about why the Muppets Christmas Carol is the best Christmas Carol. We need to post a whole video about that after Andrew does his live reading. He's going to be doing a live reading of A Christmas Carol here soon. We got to pick a definite date for that. But we'll be airing that, and then I kind of want to post like a discussion afterwards, because I have very strong opinions about why the Muppets version of A Christmas Carol is the best version. So anyway, back to other things. So I've got the boxes, all right? That's the first step. Now I'm going to go grab all of the other things that have to go, into them. And what I've been doing is kind of an assembly line, because that has ended up being the best way to get all of these done in a timely manner. So I do an assembly line, and then each of the books is going to be personalized. So don't worry, there will be a lag in the rambling here eventually as I start signing copies, because I have not done that yet. And then I've been doing a handwritten Christmas card as well. So I would show you all of that, but that is a mess over there. I might bring you guys over there, because it has just been crazy over there. So let me go see how messy it is. It's not too bad. So I'm gonna bring you guys over here. How about that? You can see my workshop. Welcome to an actual view of my home. This is our homeschool room in here. So we've got my china cabinet. Oh, let me show off my Christmas china real quick. There you go. This is the beauty of live, guys. I wouldn't normally do this. So this is a set from Germany that my mom bought ages ago when we lived in Germany. and it's been passed down. And so she has a set, and then I have a set. And then yeah, and these are from my grandmother. And let's see, this is from my grandmother, from my mom's mom. And then these are from Andrew's grandmother. It was so funny because she had very similar stuff. And then I've got all of my teacups from all over the world, most of which, again, were from Andrew's grandmother. She very kindly, I got to have all of those. So there's ones from Japan. I don't know if you can see them over here. I'll have to do a tour of my cabinet at some point. So that sounds interesting. You should let me know. So we're going totally off book today, you guys. All right, here we go. So I'm going to set you down here, especially if you're one of those people who gets dizzy like my mother. Let's see, I might have to raise you guys just a little bit. But this is all the stuff that will be going into the box. So I've got my copies of my book, right? So I'm going to sign each of those. This is for the packaging part of it. So then I've got my tissue paper here. I've got my hot cocoa bags. And we'll go through each of these things as I put them in. I've got the candy canes, cookie cutters, bookmarks, the, what are these? Little Christmas tea candles, the laminated copies of the recipes, the stickers, and then hand-painted Christmas cards. So I've been, my kids helped me do this. See if you can see that. So they're hand-painted Christmas cards, and I'll pick one out to include in your box. And then I put it in a nice envelope. And then I've got some beautiful sealing wax that I'll be putting on the outside to seal it. So when you open your box, that's what is inside. Yeah, so it'll be fun. So stick around with me if you want to watch me box up 10 copies of this. So I'm going to bring the boxes over here and get this party started. So one more up. Like I said, it's like a behind the scenes. Let's see some of my, so this is a bowl and pitcher from the time period that I lived right in, right? So from 19th century. Again, it was given to me by my grandmother. She collected the coolest things, and then she's been giving them to me as she comes across them. A lot of when I normally have my mantle, it's covered with cast iron pots and pans, and I've got a coffee grinder from the 19th century, things like that. They're all up there. So, all right, let me go grab some boxes. Like I said, I think an assembly line works best. So I'm just going to set up my assembly line back here behind the computer. A couple more, guys. Everything ready. Isn't our Christmas tree lovely? I love it. Kids do such a good job of decorating that every year. So let's see. So I guess we'll turn back and forth here. Bring them over here. My phone and all my implements here. All right. So the first thing I do is I put some nice Christmas wrap inside each of the boxes. So that goes. Let's see, can you see me over here? Yeah. I've been doing 2 pieces, just with some added sparkle, some added them. These were ordered straight from Santa's workshop. I used them for years. So, and like I said in my background, in my bio, I've spent years researching Santa and once traveling to meet him and answer questions and discover, how he really works things out. Gets everything ready for the Christmas season. So when you read my book, you'll know it is based on fact. In fact, one of the things that was really fun was figuring out, so Nick and Nora are the head clauses, right? And so figuring out, which one is going to be actually related to the original clause. And I thought it would be fun if it's actually Nora. So Nora is related, comes from the direct line of the original St. Nicholas, who traveled the world with his family and then ended up at the North Pole for some seclusion and, to avoid the taxes. Something like that. So that's what I've been doing, is either red and green or red and white. So I know it looks messy right now, but that's the beauty of tissue paper. So. All right. So anyway, so it just happens that Nora married a Nick, but he is not the one who's related to the original clause. And I'll admit some of that has to do with the fact that they are Nick and Nora. So if you're not familiar with Nick and Nora, it is a reference to the Thin Man series. Hope you guys can hear me over the tissue paper. So the Thin Man series by Dashiell Hammett stars Nick and Nora, who are a detective duo. They're married. Nick is retired. He's always saying that he's retired and that he married his wife for her money, and it's a big joke. And their relationship between the two of them, their banter is excellent. And it's just, she's always making faces at him, and he makes faces back. And they always have a martini in hand. So you have to definitely be okay with drinking, a lot of drinking. But other than that, they were made in the 40s. I think they start in the 40s. So it's, it's very clean for murder mysteries. And the wit and banter is just excellent. So obviously what I'm talking about is the movies. There is an original book. It's called The Thin Man by Dashiell Hammett. After he wrote the book, it was so famous, so they made it into a movie. And he got to write the screenplay as well. So it's still him writing it. Well, he wrote at least the first 2 movies, maybe 3. And then they basically took over and they just kept making movies. I think there's 6 out now. Here, I'll go grab them. This is the Thin Man series. Here we go, Nick and Nora. So it is William Powell and Myrna Loy. And the first one is 1934. Yeah, 1934. So this is the Thin Man. So black and white, wonderful. It's so good. They're so wonderful. They're wonderful even on the 2nd and 3rd and 5th rewatches. I love classic movies, right? And especially this time of year, there's something about watching classics. So if you've never heard of The Thin Man, highly recommend. You'll recognize some quotes in my book from The Thin Man. Once you watch the series, you'll be like, oh, yeah, I recognize that. I get that reference, right? If you haven't noticed, Andrew and I love quoting from movies. We do it all the time, and from books too. So that has become kind of like my thing. That is what I think I'm known for, is incorporating quotes in. Maybe not known for. Maybe you guys don't even realize how often I do it. I do it quite a bit. So like one of the things when I was writing the Anna Catherine Green book, I loved incorporating quotes from her actual life. She was very famous during her lifetime, and so she was interviewed quite a bit. So she was asked a lot, how do you write and things like that. And so I was able to put all those words basically back into her mouth, which is really fun. And so I love incorporating quotes from other things into my book. Now, of course, with the Christmas one, I had to be careful because not everything is in the public domain. It was really nice and easy doing the Anna Catherine Green one because everything that I was quoting from is in the public domain. Because she even, like the last interview that I had from her, the last article that I had published about her from 1911, so it's in the public domain. I don't know if any of you guys do Marco Polo, but I do Marco Polo with my friends a lot. A couple particular friends in particular. And they're always going back and forth. So I feel like right now what I'm doing is I'm leaving a long rambling Marco for all of my friends out there. So. All right, last two boxes for the tissue paper. Well, for the first batch of tissue paper. Which I would definitely say the thing with Marco is you have to be a verbal processor. I'm a verbal processor. I have to speak out loud to process things. I can sit there quietly and process. Like that's what I'm doing in the car usually. Just quietly processing, refraining. But then when I need to like process something, really talk through, okay, here's what I'm thinking about this thing. And sweet Andrew, installing verbal process to him, he still gets the brunt of it. I definitely usually verbal process to my husband, which is the way it should be. But sometimes, I'm verbal processing with friends about different things, about writing a lot. I have a couple writer friends who are on Marco who are constantly going back and forth talking. It's just so nice to just kind of, work through some things verbally with them, and then, and then they can respond. I have one friend on there who calls Marco Polo our Victorian letters. She said it's like writing a Victorian letter, but in a modern setting, right? And so I'm sending her a letter of here's what's going on in my life, here's what we're up to, here's all the things I'm praying about and worrying about, and here's how you can pray for me. And then and then she responds with her own, because I was talking to another friend and she was like, I'm having a hard time doing Marco because when we moved, this was a great way to keep in touch with people. And she was like, well, I'm having a hard time doing it because I want to have a conversation with you and I don't feel like it's for that. And so I told her about the letter thing and she was like, oh, okay, that I can do. I just need to change my mindset. It's not like, texting or talking. It's not a conversation that we're going to go back and forth on. It's here's what's going on in my life, and I'm going to touch on certain things when I get back to you. So I love that. The only downside is, unlike a letter, I don't have copies, right? When my grandmother recently passed away, one of the things that I really treasure that I had still sitting up on my dresser. I need to go through all of them. Were letters that she had saved that I'd written to her throughout her life, and I have my own drawer of letters from grandparents and people in my life, from my parents, and those are so precious to me, right? One of the best things that we uncovered going through my grandmother's things was letters that my dad had sent home from. So he's military. He went to West Point. And so it's him writing home as a cadet from West Point, writing to my grandmother. And it's just, it was so precious reading those, right? And getting a glimpse into college age dad. That's, yeah, it's fun. So, yeah, it was wonderful. And, the generations that come after us are not going to have that. They're not going to have that written word to fall back on. Think about all of the history that's being lost because of that. It's kind of sad. Anyway, thoughts for another time. If you want me to ramble on about that a little bit more, let me know, because that's definitely another topic that I have that I could ramble about. So, all right, so we did the paper. So then what usually goes in next is the book. So I'm going to get kind of quiet here for a minute because I want to make sure that I get each person's thing right. Well, it won't be that quiet because I'm gonna sign them, check my orders, make sure I get one for each person. But then I'll have to wrap them, and then while I'm wrapping them, we can talk more. So if you're popping on live, be sure to ask me any questions you've got. Any questions you've got about my writing or anything. I realize I keep turning away and still talking, so hopefully you can still hear me. We'll find out in the replay. So I've got my fancy wrap. I've got some different ones there. You don't get to witness my wrapping skills. Let's see how this goes. So let's see, I'm turning you a little bit this way. So all that artwork back there is my kids. There we go. Right there. I feel like a weatherman, right? It's gonna move this way. So we're gonna move Thin Man this way. Alrighty. So make sure these are the nice copies. And then I'm gonna sign each one. So bring up my orders. Of course, the first thing that comes up is my text, and then I get distracted. So, but I'm live, so I'm not gonna do that right now. So. We use Square for our orders, so your orders come directly to us and tell us what you want. And the first one is one that I've been meaning to get out for a long time because she ordered it immediately as soon as it went live. And this is to Miss Kay of Kay's Hidden Shelf. Yeah. She has been waiting for this for a long time. So I'm so sorry, Kay. If you watched the video earlier, you know why. There were some problems in the printing process. So here it comes. Hopefully it gets to you. I know it will get to you before Christmas. Hopefully it'll get to you before too long. So yeah. This is to Kay. Cards. This So the other thing is if you ever order a copy from me, whether it's in the deluxe box or just straight from me, if you ever order one of my books, I'm going to include one of my business cards, which has my information on it. So you can follow me everywhere, subscribe. I know Kay already has some of these, but I still include them in there. And if you buy enough copies of my books and you have some extras lying around, be sure to pass them out to your friends. Say, hey, this is an author I just read that I absolutely loved. You should check her out. So that's why I include those in there. So if I know anything about Miss Kay, she will also be filming an unboxing of this. So this is fun. You're going to see the here's me boxing the book, and then you'll get to watch the unboxing on Kay's end on her shelf, on her channel. It's at Kay's Hidden Shelf. So be sure to check that out. Let's see, at Kay's Hidden Shelf. Hopefully you can hear me over that heater. I have to go turn that off. There you go. So give her a follow, and be sure to catch the unboxing of this over on her channel. I don't know why the heat turned on anyways. So let's see. I'm going to put up this one. Make sure you know that you can get this on there. All right. So now I'm going to wrap her book. But my back is to you, so you don't see my wrapping skills. So I did not become a very good gift wrapper until one of my first jobs out of college. So in college, I worked at the college library. And then after that, I worked at a children's bookstore, which is called, what was it called? It was something about like the corner. It was like just around the corner, like in You've Got Mail, or like the original. And anyway, it was a wonderful, wonderful store. Andrew and I got married right out of college. We talked about buying it. They ended up selling it. And we really prayed about that one. It was very tempting to consider. But in the end, we decided it was not the best decision just out of college to buy a bookstore. But that being said, shout out to Page 42, which is the Page 42 is the used bookstore in Spokane, Washington that we absolutely love, that we fully support. Absolutely love the owners, Emily and, oh my goodness, I'm the butcher. It's either Alicia or Alicia. Only met her a couple times. Emily I talk to every time I go in there. They're huge fans of our books. You can pick up copies of all of our books. This is Spokane, Washington, Page 42 bookstore. Absolutely amazing. Incredible customer service. Amazing people. Just fantastic. Oh, and then I've got a label from the North Pole, direct from the North Pole. This is to Miss Kay. Tell you what, as a mom, I know how important it is to have something nice and gifted to you that you didn't wrap yourself under the tree. So here it comes, Kay, direct to you. Love you so much. Thank you so much for all of your support. I'm also sending Kay an extra copy. I'm not sure what she's going to do with it. We talked about maybe doing a giveaway or something like that. But I'll leave that up to her. That'll be her decision. So she'll be getting an extra copy, and I'm going to wrap that in a different one. Here. So I guess what I started saying was I got better at gift wrapping. I still need to sign it though. But I won't sign this one to anybody. So if it ever ends up with it, Wish you a very Merry Christmas. And a Happy New Year. That was totally out of key. I will attempt singing another time. Yeah, I've been cranking the Christmas carols lately. It's been so much fun. It's been giving me ideas for future books in the series, right? They're all based on Christmas carols and Christmas references. So I got better at gift wrapping when I got my next job. So after the children's bookstore, Andrew and I decided that it was time to leave Spokane. And so we moved to Seattle. And we lived just off of Queen Anne Hill, on the backside of Queen Anne Hill. We did not live on Queen Anne. Trust me, we've never had that much money. But it was so much fun to live there. We were near, what's the college? Pacific? Something Pacific. Seattle Pacific. Seattle Pacific University was right around the corner from us. Walked past it every time we had to go up to Queen Anne to go to Safeway. We had no car living in Seattle. And we were there for, we were there for 2.5 years. And while I was there, I worked at Magic Mouse Toys. So if you were in the Seattle area and you were looking for an incredible Wonka-like, or what was that? Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium. I don't know if you remember that movie. Man, I haven't seen that in years. I need to go back and watch it again. It used to be like our go-to comparison for the store, because it was this magical store. It had been around, and not just because it's called Magic Mouse. It was, so I'm going to leave this one unlabeled, so that way Kay knows that she can give that one to whoever she would like. So, so Magic Mouse Toys, incredible store, so magical. The toys, you walk in and you feel like the toys have come to life, because we were allowed to and encouraged to play with the toys while we were working there. So, and we were all called elves. You worked there and you were an elf. And so I got hired right at Christmas time. It was the most magical Christmas. So I spent all of that Christmas season walking around with Cookie Monster. So there was this giant Cookie Monster puppet, like a life-size Cookie Monster puppet. So I walked around with him and talked to all of the kids, right? And it's so funny. When you talk with a puppet, you talk to the puppet. You don't talk to the person, next to the puppet. You talk to the puppet. Whether you're a child or an adult, it doesn't matter. So I walked around talking to everybody in a Cookie Monster voice. Yes, he's very happy about Christmas. I can't really do it now. It's so funny. My voice is going. I'm gonna need some water here eventually. All right, Kay, I'm going to give you a red and green one. A green one. All right, so the first things that go in are the books. So, Kay, I'm gonna put your copy on top. If you watch this, you'll know, and if you don't, you'll find out. All right. So we've got the books. All right. And then along the side here, we're going to put one bag of hot cocoa mix. And so the hot cocoa mix says Sam's favorite drink. And just a brief reminder, Sam Shuffle is a snowman. So why is this his favorite drink? Read the book to find out. But you'll also notice that inside with the hot cocoa packet, we also have 3 marshmallows, because that's an unassembled snowman. And I thought that was funny. So here you go. Sam's favorite drink. And everything in here has to do with the book, all right? It all has some reference. So we've got the hot cocoa mix in there. And then we've got, let's see, candy cane. Yep. Got like glitter all over. Where does the glitter come from? Crazy. Okay. Candy cane, freshly picked with care at the Cane's North Pole Farm. So the Canes, Peppa Cane and her daughter Candy Cane, and then her husband Spearmint Cane, work the candy cane farm, and it's really fun. I had a lot of fun coming up with like how they grow the candy canes and yeah, and how that all works. So I'll leave that for you to uncover in the book. But again, that has something very strongly to do with that. Okay, let's see. Then we've got the cookie cutters. So we've got a snowman one for Miss K. There is a whole bunch of them. I've got a variety of them, so I'm just going to randomly put them in there, but I'm going to go ahead and send her the perfect snowman shape here. Snowman, we've got a lovely tea candle. Oh man, this one smells like cinnamon. Yeah, love. All right, we're going to put the tea candle in there. All right, got the bookmark. So we've got a lovely bookmark with a snowflake dangle. These are handmade. I made each one of them. Thought about friends and family with each one. All right, and then we've got laminated recipe cards. So these are laminated printed copies. Let me get where it's not so glary. Of the recipes that I said are in the back of the book. And I did this because this is how I keep my recipe cards. So I have a dessert, you know what, hold on. So this is how I keep my recipes. Yeah, you guys are really getting the backstage pass here today. So those of you who are lucky enough to tune in. So this is my dessert one. I've got one for like soups and salads and one for entrees, things like that. So I laminate my favorite recipes. So like that. So like I write it out on a card or I print it off. And once I've tried it once and I know it's amazing, then I laminate it and I put it in here because that way, you can see how dirty this one is. It's like got chocolate all over it. And that way it doesn't get dirty, right? And it doesn't get bent. I can save it forever. So, so my thought was, well, now you guys have these laminated versions, right? That you can keep, pass them out to people, make copies of them. I don't care. Just tell them which book you got it from, right? So this is Baba Noel's Egyptian Cook and Mary's gingerbread cookies. So, there you go. All right, so we've got two of those going in for Miss K. And if you haven't watched on her channel yet, she has a fantastic thing where she's been cooking recipes from books. The first one she did was from Legends and Latte. She made the cinnamon rolls, and it was so much fun. She has the most beautiful, soothing, wonderful voice, and we keep telling her she needs to do audiobooks. But if you would love to watch Cooking Time with Kay, it is so relaxing, and so I hope she does a bunch more of them. I know it's a lot to do, especially with a toddler in the house, but it's so relaxing and so enjoyable. So yeah, so here's a couple more recipes to maybe think about. Those are in there. And then I'm just going to sprinkle some stickers in. Got some reindeer, snowman. They're like foamy stickers, so they're really fun. Some snowman ones, Santa. Sprinkle some stickers in. A little bit of Christmas magic. I wish I could like throw some glitter in there, except I hate opening packages with glitter, and they go like yeah, all over the place. All right, so let's see. So book, hot cocoa mix, candy cane, cookie cutter, bookmark, tea candle, recipe cards, stickers. And then I've got the personal card is the last thing. I'm going to write the card and think if there's anything else that I forgot. I think that's it that goes in there. Check my list. I'll check my list. Checking it twice. Gotta find out what I'm supposed to put in here. What I said that I would do. Yep. Signed hardback edition. Oh, the soap. I almost forgot the soap. I was like, there's something big that's missing from this. Oh my gosh, okay. Good thing I checked the list twice, huh? All right, over here, move these around. This is the whole reason I wanted to make this video. Let's go so I could show off the rows of, oh my gosh, it smells so good. It's like opening an entire box full of candy canes. This is peppermint soap. And look at that. Let's see, can I block the, here we go. Come down here maybe. All right, I just want you guys to get a good look at this. Incredible soap. I've got videos online too. Not like on my Instagram. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now you can see the detail in it. Okay. These are hand painted, individually crafted, hand painted peppermint soaps made by the Soapy Squirrel, which is a subsidiary of her bigger, the name of her company is Honey Mountain Hives. This is a local gal who lives up in Woodland Park, just outside Woodland Park, which is near Colorado Springs. And she has handmade each one of these. And I met her at the farmer's market and said, oh my goodness, could you make ones that looked like my cover? And she can. So not only she can, she did. So there you go. Ah, find it again where it's, yeah, like that. Look at that. It looks exactly like it. Hand painted, can still be used as soap, but frankly, I'm not going to be able to use it because it's just, it's too beautiful. It's too beautiful. Luckily, she believed me when I said that. I was like, I don't know if I can use it. So she sent me two that are unpainted, which I think was because of that. I just want to show you. This is the unpainted one. I don't know if you can even see it. There we go. Unpainted one, right? So that way I can actually use it. Oh my gosh, you guys. It's such a good peppermint smell. Like I would almost argue better than that candy cane. This is the peppermint smell that I want. It's like, it might actually be like almost a wintergreen compared to like a peppermint. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. It's okay. Forgive me. I almost boxed it without this. So here you go. Beautiful, handcrafted soap. All right. All right. Book, soap, bookmark, cookie cutter, hot cocoa mix with unassembled snowman, laminated recipe cards, tea candle, candy cane, stickers. 9 things. There you go. She couldn't come up with the 10th. Well, the 10th is the sign card. 10th is the sign card. All right, so pardon me for a minute while I write a personal note to the lovely Kay. Fine. I'm going to send you one of these ones. I love these ones. And you will understand why, because they have to do with the book. He's so cute, little gnome. Looks just like Curtis. All righty. Okay. Now we're going to seal up the card so we get to light the fire. Uh-oh, my lighter's not working. Oh, no. There we go. Technical difficulties. All right. So we're going to put this in a nice little loop. Let's see. Find it nice. All right, Miss Kay. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put some extra stickers in here for you. No. Oh, yeah, for your kid. I have a bowl. All right. Sealed with a kiss. Then I'll do this fun thing. So I love wax seals. I love them. I have a couple different ones that I bought for this in particular. I wish I could just set this down to show you, but this is the one I've been using, which is a Merry Christmas. I don't know if you can see that. You can see it once it's on the thing. But I bought, there's a couple different ones. There's like a snowman one. There's a snowman one and a sleigh one, I think. I almost went with the snowman one. But for this one, I'm not going to go with this. Maybe I'll switch it up every now and again. So, and because this is taking longer than I thought, I think I'm just going to box this one. And then you'll just have to trust me that the rest of them, this is how I do. And then I'm just going to whip through the rest of them because I gotta finish up before the kids get home. So thank you for joining me. If you tuned in to watch this, and yeah, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you want to hear more about the books, like I said, I think I'm going to be doing a lot of live things like this, where I'm going to film it live, and then you can watch it later at your leisure. But then I don't have to edit it, so it just makes it one less thing on my plate. And frankly, I'd rather be writing, right? I'm an author first. So if you want more books from me, then give me a thumbs up down there in the in the comments, right? What would you rather have? More videos or more writing? A little both. Yeah, there will always be both, but I would rather focus on writing. All right, so then I take this and I pour it over the card. You know, it always fascinates me that it doesn't burn through the card, right? Well, sealing wax has been around forever. All right, face up. And I like to leave it, let it sit there, cool off for a little bit. So that way it doesn't, yeah. So, all right, and then we're going to seal this up on the outside and get it shipped out to Miss Kay in Canada. So we do ship to Canada. It charges a lot for shipping, but that is exactly how much we are paying for shipping. So I'm sorry it costs so much, but that's what it comes down to. Yeah, but now you see why, I love putting effort into packaging things. Like I said, even if you order just a single copy, you will get it nicely wrapped. Like you just saw me wrap the book. I'll be doing that too. And then I put wrap in there and everything. So you're just not getting all the extra things in there. But when you order direct from an author, you can be guaranteed that you're going to get some nice things, and it's going to arrive very nicely arranged, and usually with some swag. Yeah, and so hopefully it'll brighten your day when you get that book swag. So let's see. Let's check on this. Yep, perfect. There we go. Okay, I'm so excited for you to get this. Yeah, so thank you again to everybody who has been pre-ordering, who pre-ordered a copy. I'm just going to check this real quick. Make sure it's all right. going in. So when you get your box, this is what it will look like, right? Nicely arranged, everything nicely arranged in there. The card on top, right? And then I'm going to fold all of this down, fold this down, and wrap it up. And then on the outside, we put a white label with the address on it, and then I stamp it with the North Pole stamp. That way it's coming direct to you from the North Pole. Yeah, that's all there is to it. So I hope you will do me the honor of ordering one right there, patricia-meredith.com, or the link is in the link to the direct Square site where you can order it is in the links down below. So be sure to place an order soon so that I can get it to you by Christmas time, because as we all know, the mail builds up quite a bit, and it's it's not guaranteed. So I believe I said, I'm just going to check my calendar real quick. I think I'm still filming. Yeah, it's still filming. I would say the last day, so I'm probably going to post this. Not probably. I will post this and let you guys know. But I would say the last day that I can guarantee it to you by Christmas would be the 18th. So order by the 18th because it takes about a week. And then I will quickly, now I have all my books. So now I don't have to wait 3 weeks for the books to come in order to make the boxes. I've been prepping boxes so that way I'm ahead of schedule. I've got them ready to go. So all you have to do is place an order and I can get it boxed up and ready to go. Like I said, I've got all my stuff here, right? I've got everything prepped now and everything ready to go. So I can fill your box immediately and get it shipped out immediately. If you order multiple boxes, what I can do is put them into another box, put box inside of another box, inside of another box. And then when I get that box, I'll mail that box to myself. And when I get that box, I'm going to smash it with a hammer. Only I'm not going to, because I'm going to open it because it is a Christmas surprise. But like I said, I love to quote things. So if you recognize that quote, leave me a thing down below because we can be friends. If you don't recognize that quote, I'm so sorry. You have missed a key moment of childhood. So yeah, so if you order multiple copies, so like I have one person who ordered 3 copies of the deluxe box, and they're going to different people. So I'm personalizing each one. I'm going to box all 3 of those because I only got one address for the order. So I'm going to box all 3 of those in another box and ship it to that address. So that way, when they open it, it has the 3 boxes and then they can just go directly to each of those people, right? I've had some people order them and say, I don't know who I'm going to give this to yet, but can you just send me, several boxes? I can do that. I had one person order 2, and it wasn't until after I mailed those out that I realized, I could probably put them in another box. So that way you can give them to whoever. But what you could do is you can order multiple and then, you just switch out the label on the outside. Because the idea is that you should be able to get this entire thing in the mail, recognize it for what it is, right? And put it directly under your tree, right? I want you to be able to just put it directly under the tree. It's a beautiful box. It's probably going to have stamps all over it from the post office. But you can put it direct, from the North Pole to under your tree, and then open it on probably Christmas Eve for your Flood, right? Your traditional opening a new book and then drinking hot cocoa all night, and as you read it on Christmas Eve. So, and we'll talk more about that later too. I love that tradition. It's one of my favorites. So, and that's kind of the idea behind this box, is it is a Flood box. So, yeah. So, so if you would like it, so if you get it sent to you, but it's for somebody else, you can just switch out the label, right? Just put another Christmas label over the white part, so that way it can go direct to them. But if you order multiple ones, I am willing to put it into another box and ship it to you with them all basically labeled for this particular person that you want. So speaking of which, there's mail delivery, so I'm expecting my dog to start barking any minute. So we will check off now, and thank you so much for joining if you're able to join live, and if you're checking it out later, thank you so much for watching. I hope to hear from you in the comments below, and I hope you order a copy. Order copies now, guys, because I only have 50 of the soaps, so I'm limited. I can only do 50 boxes, and I'm about halfway through my order right now. So Yeah, so be one of 25 people who are left to order a copy. So thanks so much. Merry Christmas. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.